Welcome, THL maniacs out there. Tonight, Thursday Throwdown, coming at you hot and heavy with the lovely OctaTHLon championships, or I guess it's not really a championship, it's more of a tournament setting. So we're going to have a conquest match tonight and also a wild match. Joining with me is the ultra famous, always the second best Ron Mexico. How you doing, man?
Hey, I like being introduced second. It's nice. So I'm excited for this match. This should be good. We've got Mr. Python and Ufric, two very strong players who've established themselves quite well in THL, and they are kicking off our round one of the conquest portion of THL's OctaTHLon. We've got the winner will go on to face Snake in round two. And who even knows what's going on in this meta right now? It's so early, but we've got our players just diving in with confidence with these decks. And it should be a pretty exciting matchup, to say the least.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to how, like we were discussing in the green room, trying to make it super official, um, about how
Nice.
these decks are going to be 2 days after the expansion has been released, and what card's going to do what, et cetera, et cetera. So
Yeah, so looking at these lists here, I've got to give the edge a little bit more to Mr. Python right now.
Yep.
He definitely has more of what I think has been, I guess, as established as it can be in such a small period of time, but established as the better or stronger, more prevalent decks on the ladder right now.
Yeah.
Mr. Python is bringing a Watch Post Rogue, which Fino and No Hands Gamer have taken to very high legend. Looks like almost the exact list, but he's actually cut the top end of the Watch Post payoff card, the 7 mana that summons the 5/5s. And in favor of that, runs a Tenwu, which is pretty interesting. We see Mr. Python also bringing a Cthulhu Spell Mage. Mostly standard choices here, but double Wildfire in this list is quite intriguing. We've got a pretty standardized druid from Mr. Python, just a token druid,
Yep.
not even running the Guff. Guff is crying in a corner somewhere. And finally, a paladin that looks very strong, reminiscent of the Libram paladins that have been dominating the meta for quite some time, but now running a very scary secret package, not passage, that's in the rogue deck.
Yeah.
Secret package in this paladin that also features a Kazakus. So some very powerful tools in all four of these decks for Mr. Python. I don't know what Ufric bans because honestly, I'd be afraid of all of these. I guess maybe the Paladin.
Well, we do have the
Uh,
bans in actually.
oh, nice.
So we
Sweet.
got Ufric's Demon Hunter that got banned,
Okay.
and Mr. Python's Rogue got banned, and I'm sure it's because of the notoriety it's been getting on ladder, etc. So
Makes sense. Yeah, okay.
sees.
So Ufric bans the Watchpost Rogue,
Yep.
Mr. Python banning Ufric's OTK Demon Hunter,
Yep.
which has a few additions from the new set, but mostly unchanged from the list that has been popular in, Masters Tour and so on.
Yep.
That's been winning quite a bit. Ufric's Paladin, a little bit different, is running the secret package, but goes much more heavy on aggro with the Cannon Master Smith, and Talon Fordrang also runs a Kazakus in there. Got a spicy looking Shaman looking to beat you up with the Doomhammer and Brucon and some aggressive nature spells. Looks pretty interesting. Just spell power
Get him.
and then a disappointing option here. There's a Warlock Ufric brought, and there's only one new card. 29 cards come from not the expansion set. And I mean, I guess there's some core in there, but it's not core that wasn't already in the list before. The only new card is a one of Cabal Outfitter. He's running 2 Revenant Rascals, some
Yeah.
Guardian Og Merchants, and your standard zoo list you've seen for a
He
while.
just
So
just
I'm a little sad that the zoo isn't,
yeah. Hey man,
fancier,
he could be
but it's
full
fine.
confidence on his Warlock deck versus what Mr. Python brought. So. All right,
True.
so full confidence. That's what we'll say. All right, so I'm just gonna let the players know that they can get started since we already have bans and all that stuff. Thanks to Battlefies to let the players ban immediately. So good.
Absolutely, yeah. We can have the players jump in. Going to be interesting to see what the leadoffs will be from each player. Um, I'm excited to see the shaman for Ufric. I just hope we see that sometime soon. Um, the other lists I've kind of seen a good amount of and am much more familiar with their play style, but the shaman I haven't seen a whole lot other than I ran into it like once on ladder and I died real fast. So it seems good.
Super fast. So for our viewers out there, Mr. Python's going to be the first to spectate slash bottom of your screen, where we have Ufric at the top of your screen, representing the wildly fantastic graphic that they submitted to their shoe Octabears. So
Still, I think that takes the cake for me as the best logo.
yep,
I love it.
yeah, it's one of the best there that we got. So all right, looking for eyeballs.
I see an eyeball for Mr. Python. I don't see one for Ufric. Maybe needs to turn on spec.
Just message him, see if you got spec on.
All right, so Mr. Python is leading off with the Paladin. Ufric is leading off with that Zoo Warlock. And hopefully we'll be able to spectate Ufric's hand soon. Oh, I see an eyeball there.
Eyeballs are good to go. Mr. Python's eyeball is what I was looking for. Here we go, folks. Starting with Paladin first for Python versus the overpowered Warlock deck.
So Ufric's hand looks pretty rough. Not what you want to see as the Z Warlock early. And Mr. Python pretty happy to play a first day of school on turn 1. Was looking for a playable minion, but got a pen flinger, and you're pretty happy about that.
A double pen flinger in hand. Interesting.
Just gonna go ahead and play that Galloping Savior. Mr. Python will now have access to 3 pen flingers at certain stages of the game if we get that far. The Abusive Sergeant being the other generated card. Not one he wanted to play on turn 1 there. Wants to use his ability to get the extra attack and push damage. So has a strong curve. You know, secret on 1, weapon on 2. Already 2 secrets up. Pretty good outcome for Python so far. Ufric having an absolutely miserable zoo start in this game right now. Might actually be considering the coin Flame Imp just to get more health changes to make those giants less than
flesh eaters.
6 in order to play Matron on the real 4 mana turn to discard this Hand of Gul'dan that's been picked up. If you coin the Flame Imp, you might have a chance for it to live, and then you can play Mosher on the Flame Imp too. I like this line from Ufric here.
Yeah, to get the change and get the flesh giants changing their health status as well, so, or their mana status, sorry.
And Python, with no Avenge being triggered, has no way to bounce this Penflinger back into hand, but he's got another one in his hand, generated from first day. So, you know, you can sacrifice a Penflinger.
So we got Oh My Yogg as the other secret that was released from the deck. So.
Right, Ufric gonna lead off with a tap, and then Tour Guide post-tap. Sets up that Matron now to draw 3.
Yeah.
Mr. Python, let that Penflinger hang out on the board. Possibly could have been sacrificed there, but it survives, so it can go right back into hand and say, wasn't me, especially with this Libram Wisdom pickup.
Yeah, I was just actually thinking about the cards that he does have. He's got a very abusive hand. You got Penflinger, and then you got the Abusive Sergeant.
I see what you did there.
Yes. Sir. That was from...
Alright, so out comes Libram Wisdom here. Figured maybe we'd see a Penflinger from hand get played. Maybe Python wants to hide that information, or more accurately, probably just wanted to have another minion on the board in order to proc the Avenge when one of these died, which we most likely are going to see. At least that would have been the setup. The Matron does make it very likely to burn a card.
8 cards in the hand.
Also holding a Dark Glare. Ufric has a number of options here.
Raise Dead.
Dark Glare tap Raise Dead actually puts you right back at 4 mana.
Yeah, Raise Dead gets changed though because of Oh My Yogg, so we don't...
True, but Ufric couldn't plan for that.
True. No.
And these Paladin secrets are just going to be such a headache to try to play around. Now with 2 cards played means Galloping Savior will also get triggered. Oh My Yogg first. Let's see what Raise Dead becomes. 0 mana is Backstab.
Nice.
Where does it go?
Friendly, or...
Ultimately pretty good.
Yeah. I think it's a good turnout. They're probably hoping for the...
There's the Avenge. Ufric was able to change health enough on the turn to actually make that Flesh Giant cost 3 and get to play it right now. But already at 16 health with 9 power on board for Mr. Python. Is that lethal? That's lethal, right?
Pretty sure it is.
I think I think he's off by the mana.
Yeah, okay.
You would be 1 off. I mean, maybe you just go for Abusive Sergeant. Do you consider playing around Mosher here? Okay, Ufric is, or sorry, Mr. Python is going to play it safe and not go for setting Ufric to very
low.
very little health.
Right.
Will instead just clear up this giant.
And then use the.
Move quickly.
Now this
Doesn't need to just go for everything right now.
Yeah, I was just gonna
Yep,
say
gets
this.
the flingers back in hand, full clear.
Excuse me. This deck doesn't rely on the discount of the Librams as much, right?
I mean, it still
It likes
pretty
it.
much does. It has
Yeah.
the same discount package as other Libram decks at the Vast, but it doesn't need it as much because of the secrets in the early game.
Right.
This being open list, Ufric at least knows that he doesn't have to worry about a noble sacrifice getting in the way.
Here comes a Kazakus, a name we haven't heard in ages. Was he building a 5?
Yeah, Kazakus always one of the power cards of the new set for sure.
Yep.
I think that was a rush being offered, and there's
was.
also a copy. That
So-
is really nice.
So, a copy
For
was
Mr. Python.
chosen? I didn't see it.
I haven't seen him pick yet on
Okay.
the last one. There's draw 2, which is strong. Copy seems like the best. Yeah.
Copies what it
Rush
was.
copy is so insane. And Mr. Python is going with that option. Clears up another minion. Gets to bounce the pen flinger. Gets to push a little bit more face damage. Got a Galloping Savior and Avenge up. And things still look pretty dangerous for Ufric.
Danger. All right.
There is a Mosher in hand, which could be very important, given that this matron up on the board right now is in fact a demon. Looking at the Ebonlock as a way to discount all the demons to be played.
Yep.
I think I might have preferred to see the Ebonlock come down there.
What are you stopping from coming down with the Ebonlock? Or the Rascal, I should say. Oh, never mind. Sorry. Brain's not working.
The Rascal?
Yeah, the Rascals. I was thinking Rascal, but you said Ebonlock.
Oh yeah, I just wanted to see Ebonlock get played so that we could play
The Spirit.
you know, a Jailer for free,
Right.
a Dark Lair for 1, a Mosher for 2. Maybe did the math on it and there wasn't a way to get Mosher and Flesh Giant out this way. I feel like this is always what he wants to do, is play a 1-mana Flesh Giant, but it looks like he doesn't want to do that. I don't know, maybe the power is enough on the board here, and you're also just worried about the Paladin's ability to board clear you. You already know Flingers are in hand, and this Paladin does run Libram, wreck your board.
Yep. But no Libram will get him. That's disappointing.
There's quite a bit of damage still represented from Python's side, but I don't know if you ever really want to go with a play other than rushing 5/5s. This is so strong here. Gets to equip the weapon again,
Yep.
but pulls no secrets, as all secrets have already been run through.
Expired. So I guess it's
Representing 19 damage on board, though. Ufric at 18 health means he's literally just dead to this board. So the only card that is mandatory to be played is Nightshade Matron, so that you aren't guaranteed dead. Discards a Rascal, plays the Flesh Giant, gonna go ahead and clear up the highest attack minion.
He's got
That's 13. Python is 5 off. 2 Flingers, Hand of It All, 2 Flingers, easy lethal. And that'll be game 1 in the books. Mr. Python's Paladin picking up the victory.
Yep. Ufric sees the writing on the wall. Alright, so that destroys Python. Well, I shouldn't say destroys, but it takes basically he not using his paladin any longer by conquest rule.
Yeah, so we can have the players report in now, or maybe later as they choose to. But
Yeah.
in this best of 5, Mr. Python's paladin is through and will now have to win with the druid and the mage. Ufric's still on the full stable classes here. And judging from chat, Heatshock has commented that Ufric's lineup is built to pretty much soft target this mage.
Interesting. Okay.
So Mr. Python going right in with the mage, which is the target of Ufric's lineup. So we will see how the lineup fares against this mage.
And nobody knows it better, a mage better than our good buddy Heatshock.
Well said. All right, a much better looking starting hand for Ufric this time around. Gets to actually do something on turn 1. Mr. Python, though, holding one of the primary most important cards to play early.
Yep.
In this spell mage, gets to
Spell-driven.
discount the entire deck of 28 cards. Now, all of those cards are 1 mana cheaper. They all got buffed.
Now, does a warlock have a chance in this if mage doesn't get the cards they need? Obviously, it's the way the game's played, blah blah blah. But I'm just saying, it's not like
I think
no
warlock
minion
feels
mage,
pretty
right?
good
Yeah, no
in
minion
this
mage.
matchup overall.
Right.
Mage could be. I guess mage is kind of like always favored if they find Deck of Lunacy early and
Okay.
play it, because Deck of Lunacy is just completely insane.
As the card
And
says.
all of a sudden transforms your deck into spells that are better
Or
and
whatever.
cheap. And nonsense ensues. But the zoo of hit him in the face a whole bunch early, especially while the mage isn't really doing much and doesn't even play any minions anyway to get on board, could be tough. Mr. Python, though, did pick up an Occult Conjurer, which is pretty insane from the Font of Power. So
Yep.
the Netherwind Portal not being triggered can get 2 4/4s out right here. Obviously led with the Spring Water just because it's basically draw 2 for free. And I don't know if you ever can play anything but just slam this minion down and get 2 4/4s. And that's what Python's going to do.
2 4/4s makes a whole lot of sense in this sense. Dark Lair
All right,
down.
Ufric already banked that discount on the hero power, got a Dark Lair, can tap for free and gain 1 mana.
Tour guide to.
Maybe you want to slow your opponent down with Revenant Rascal. Maybe it's Mosher. It's hard to say.
Flame Imp.
All right, this is an interesting line. Oh wow.
Wow.
That backfired miserably for Ufric.
I was just gonna say, that's not something you
Goes
want to
ahead
see.
and sets both minions down to 1 health, and then winds up triggering a 2/5 taunt to protect these. You can deny your opponent some mana, you could buff your board, you could play this and buff your board some more. Get the discard, that is mostly irrelevant, but this looks really rough.
Yep. So you got 8.
Python's 7 mana off, or 7 damage off lethal right now.
With the wildfire in hand as well. Buff that.
I mean, you might want to just lead with a runed orb. And just see if you can find any kind of damage. Pretty underwhelming options.
Yep.
The shooting star deals with board the best, so you might as well take it. It's to discount the deck some more. Draw with AI. Pulls a Netherwind and a 3-mana Eye of Cthulhu.
Can't use it. Yeah, Netherwind portal here. Shooting star. Everybody's pretty much the board can handle what's on the board right now.
Time runs out on me.
Yeah, I think you have to trade and kill the 5/4 and the 4/3.
Yeah.
And then there's a legitimate argument to kill the 3/3 with a trade and a shooting star. Netherwind portal's also solid. Wildfire increases the damage of your hero power a little bit. Fine to bank that in. So Python could be trying to pivot to the burn game plan fairly soon. All right, and this Revenant Rascal knocking out some mana for both players could prove useful. Python still gets the lead with a 0-mana card draw. 3-mana 6/6 taunts not bad either.
No, dropping those.
But also just kind of a dangerous position for Mr. Python to be in. Staring down still 12 damage after this clear and needs to hope that Eye of Cthulhu hits right. There's a chance that low rolls hard. It did not at all, though.
Yeah.
It that went very well for Mr. Python, I think, just dealing with a whole lot of power on the board.
Looking at a 5/3 though is not very comforting. Being at 18, but it's better
Yeah,
than what it could
Mr.
have been.
Python does run quite a bit of damage spells and hasn't changed the spells. Ufric has to be very aware of, things like 2 Fireballs and 2 Apexis Blast that
Right.
could just kind of beat him up.
For top of whatever he has.
You want the Mosher to give you healing on a demon, but the demon has a 50-50 chance to discard the Mosher. You pretty much always have to tap, and now you're in double lightning or double fireball range.
Yep.
But of course, Python doesn't have the mana for double fireball. Very interesting spot for both players to be in right now.
8.
Python being as defensive as he has been, yeah, I'd expect we just see this Apexis killing a 5/3. Considered it for a moment, decided against it. Figured that the taunt would just be better here. He may be right. I like this 6/6, how it lines up with the board power.
Not sure on the 3/3.
Fortunately, though, for oh no, sorry. Unfortunately for Ufric, I thought that Rascal was a demon for a sec. It is not. His Mosher doesn't do anything. But of course, it could get Rush with the Jailer and the Broomstick. That might be the plan that Ufric is going for.
Yeah, Bunny just gave me a heads up that the signs are wrong. They are correct. Thanks, Bunny. 2 minutes ago.
It'll get fixed eventually.
Yep.
All right, so once again, more power on the board for Ufric. Got 7 damage, and Mr. Python has to continue to play defensively here. Takes a clear of one of the minions, and what a sequence of options there. Flurry is huge. You could just rip the Flurry and Apexis and go burn plan.
Who's ready for a little show?
Oh, wow.
Oh my.
I don't know if that's really going to matter. I think you'd always want to ping here, though, just to set up the lethal for next turn.
Yep.
Does indeed set up the lethal. And Ufric, best top deck possible. Let's see what the draw is.
Deal. Good. Raise dead.
I mean, Raise Dead just gets you closer to dying.
Beer Jailer.
But I guess you maybe have to do it. I don't know. And that's also going to trigger this Netherwind portal finally, which means this game is just over.
Yeah.
There is no way Ufra can come back from this situation at this health, recognizes it, and the lineup that is targeting Mage has now been beaten by the Mage, Zoo getting slain in 2 consecutive games. And come on, Ufra, just play that Shaman. I want to see the Shaman. Don't play the Zoo again. Zoo's getting just destroyed here. Play the Shaman. I want to see the Shaman.
I got to spectate Mr. Python first when they come back online.
They go offline? They seem fine for me.
Yeah, I just quit. I was Ufric on the bottom. That's who I picked first. Being
Oh,
silly,
gotcha.
So our viewers, yeah.
Gotcha. I see what you're saying now.
Oh, we're gonna be Mr. Python's gonna be at the bottom of the screen with at the top, as designed.
All right, so Mr. Python needing 1 remaining victory with the Druid and Ufric. He's bringing the Shaman. Let's go. You'll love to see it.
Forest fights back.
Oh. Yeah. Mr. Python
That
with
is a Gibberling in Mr. Python's opening hand and an Innervate. Oh my god. He's got the option to just like Gibber, Innervate, Nature Studies and hope for more playable things.
such as that.
Patient here, holding to guess the weight. Picked up the Infestation too.
Oh,
I
this
mean,
could
you
be
just gotta go in.
Yep. Just roll with the flow. That go.
Finds a Pride's Fury and snap picks it. That's everything you want to see. And this is just a very scary board early for Ufric to deal with. Python could have continued with Innervate Cub, but I think just wants to innervate out this Pride's Fury.
Gosh. Yeah, this is gonna be.
Yeah, Ufric,
upsetting.
I mean, couldn't really do much but cage match. Had the option though to landslide and clear up the board, and now not playing that landslide is going to wait. Couldn't he have? He could have full cleared.
Yes.
Ufric played his turn so fast there, but he could have actually played Zap or Coin Landslide and just dealt with everything. I think that's what you want/need to do against Token Druid. Now this game's already kind of over.
Yeah. You could take this out next turn. Except for the 3/5 in the end.
You just take so much damage already.
Yeah, never. Didn't see the other card
this,
come up.
Yeah, this second buff. I mean, Landslide does actually do 3 and 3, right?
Yeah.
With the Zapper, I mean.
Open for a.
Yeah,
token.
press the button because this hero portrait can actually roll the spell power. But I mean, this is still just game over, right?
Yeah, it is. So.
Oof.
Wow.
That was brutal.
That was
hard to watch. Okay, so Token Druid gets there quick, and Mr. Python picks up a 3-0 victory in dominant fashion. Just gonna advance right away to face Snake in the second round. Oh boy. That was a fast one.
Yeah, so I just asked Mr. Python if he wanted to get an interview.
Awesome.
See, I have not seen numbers. Oh, there, sure thing. We also have 6J that's going to help out with the commentating of the Wild Series. So.
Oh, fantastic.
So you guys can go mad crazy. So,
sounds like fun.
Mr.
We got some other, while we're waiting, we got some other updates on the Conquest portion. Kalis Luna has taken a 3-1 victory over MCW and will be facing Chewbacca in the round of 2. Round 2, that is, not round of 2, round 2.
Yep.
And 3-1 victory over Jester and will be facing You Kitten Me in round 2.
I like that.
And the rest of our players have not logged their games yet. Of course, Mr. Python isn't reported, but will be facing Snake.
Hey, Mr. Python, how are you, man? Congrats on the win.
Thank you. I'm doing good.
Were you scared of the Warlock?
I'm not gonna lie. I didn't think that my spell mage was gonna get a win at all. Uh, I practiced a little bit against Ufric's decks before the match, and the spell mage felt like the worst matchup into all 3 of his decks. But I stopped the early aggression from the Warlock. Luckily, he didn't have like a huge swingy Dark Glare turn early, and after that, I was able to do just enough. Top deck Incanter's Flow on turn 2 was, or on whenever I top decked, it was really big. Otherwise, I don't think I would have won.
I think you might have lost just without getting the font of power that
Oh
generated
yeah,
the 4/4s. I
yeah,
mean, you got to play right on curve with that too, with the secret being up that didn't get triggered, so that the 4s just, summoned copies of each other, and that gave you enough to fight for board early. But uh, from what we understand from Heat Shock, that was kind of the idea of the lineup, was to soft target the mage, and mage got through, and then it was
yeah,
just a problem from there on out.
yeah. That's what I assumed. Like the mage easily felt like the worst deck into his lineup, but I got a win, thankfully.
Yeah. You made her
So impressive victory, took the 3-0. Paladin still looking pretty strong. Mage, of course, can do some crazy things even when it doesn't find the lunacy.
Yeah,
And
I'm not even
um,
running Lunacy. I don't own it.
oh, actually, my bad. I just
No, you're
assumed
good.
that you had it. I didn't even look close enough at your lineup.
Yeah,
Yes, you were never gonna find that deck of lunacy.
yeah. You can discover it sometimes. That's the furthest this free to play player is gonna get to Lunacy, discovering
Solid,
it off the Rune Dwarf.
solid. Still a strong deck regardless, the Secret Mage. The Wildfires are definitely an interesting looking inclusion, and they came in handy there.
Yeah,
But there were a couple things that just went absolutely right for the Mage in that matchup, like the, what was it, the Cthulhu spell that did the damage,
yeah,
went really well for
yeah.
you to
That was
clear up
really
2
lucky.
minions.
Definitely.
And Token Druid just absolutely steamrolled. My goodness, that opener.
Yeah, that was pretty insane. The Pride's Fury is really strong, and I knew that he was running the landslides, which can be a problem, especially if he's got the 1 mana 3/2, the new shaman minion.
Mhm.
He
That could be
actually
a
had a way to
problem.
clear your Gibberling board on the turn that he played the weapon card draw.
Oh, really? Wow.
He could have gone with the Zapper and Coin Landslide, but chose
Wow.
not to and got immediately punished
Yeah.
heavily, because not only did you discover a Pride's Fury, but then you found the other one. It looked like he was setting up for the bigger clear,
Yeah.
and then you made their health so high that he couldn't even clear it.
Yeah. Pride's Fury is that it replaced Savage Roar in that deck. It's definitely a lot better. The +3 health is such a big buff, especially if you can get it that early in the game. It can just snowball like it did in the Shaman game.
Yeah, it's not quite so much kill him in a single, burst with
Yeah.
Savage Roar like it was before. Instead, it's, well, just, buff up the board so crazy that everything's going to survive your board clear attempts, and then I can just kill you over 2 hits with
Right.
these.
That and Soul of the Forest, they're like your survivability cards, and then you kind of finish with Arbor up at the top.
Yeah. But I really liked your lineup going into Conquest here. I feel like you picked 4 things that are just extremely strong right now in this new meta. Watchpost Rogue might be the meta tyrant in the near future, and that one got banned. But the other 3, the secret package, Libram Paladin, the Spell Mage that doesn't need lunacy, and the
Right.
Token Druid, all very strong. And worked out for you to the tune of a 3-0 victory. You will now be facing Snake in the second round of this Conquest format here.
yeah, definitely looking forward to it. And also, big shout out to German Shep. He helped me make this conquest lineup. I was gonna go in a little bit of a different direction, but he kind of steered me in this way. It's like, hey, these are the best 4 decks right now. So I'm glad it worked out for sure.
Yep, I believe it. They definitely seem extremely strong, so it'll be exciting to see how things go down um, in the next round and beyond. But wishing you good luck, congrats on the victory, and hope we'll see you again soon.
All right, thanks a lot, guys.
Yeah, thanks so much. Thanks for being on stream, and congrats again. Good luck in the
Yeah,
tournament.
definitely. Thank you.
All right, so we're gonna add 6J here to give us some flavor with the Wild series here. See if I can get a hold here.
While we're waiting on 6J, let's take a look at the wild bracket just to see if anyone has played a game yet. I don't see any matches being reported, so it looks like off our round 1 action
Yep.
for OctaTHLon Wild.
Wild is still.
Oh, and there's
open.
6J. How's it going, 6J?
I'm well. How are you?
Yeah, thanks for joining
Well.
us
Of course.
late in the game. So you can give us some wild input there for our other 2 players we have, Lefty and Sunday.
Definitely excited to cast, and Sunny is one of my own teammates. So
you get to Raz. I understand.
I'll try to keep my commentary balanced.
There you go.
So just gonna splash the link there to the 2 players so that 6J can add their input.
Yep, I have the deck codes up.
Okay, cool.
So
we have them on screen now, so we're good to go. So
okay, so yep, I can go through them.
Yeah.
So it looks like Lefty brought Secret Paladin, Secret Mage, Pirate Warrior, and Dark Glare Warlock. Seems like a fairly typical aggressive lineup, really. The only thing that's out of the ordinary that I can see is that Lefty is running a more conventional secret list as opposed to a watch post aggro list. Now, far watch post synergy with Call to Arms, along with Nirbar Weblord, which increases the cost of battle cries by 2, can be really devastating to a lot of powerful decks in the meta right now, including Dark Glare Warlock, which prior to this expansion was really one of the undisputed leaders of this meta. I mean, and on Sunday's side, we have fairly typical Raza Priest, Dark Glare Warlock, Pirate Warrior, and then the more conventional secret, at least the more secret Paladin lists that I've been running into more often, with the Far Watch Post to add additional disruption.
So we just always double ban the Dark Glare Warlock, right?
I mean, I think since Sunday has Priest, I think with Sunday's Paladin, the Far Watch Post and Nirbar Weblord can really dramatically hinder a lot of Dark Glare's game plan, and Pirate Warrior can just a lot of times go face before Dark Glare is able to set off the big giant's turn. So I think on Sunday's side, we may not actually ban the Dark Glare. But I think on the Lefty's side, he could consider Dark Glare ban just because Dark Glare can high roll really hard, or he could consider Raza Priest since that's going to be the control deck into his 4 aggro lineup.
That's pretty reasonable. I suppose with all the aggro, you probably as Lefty want to ban the Priest the most. On Sunday's side, as you mentioned, yeah, there's the Dark Glare that he doesn't have to ban it. What would likely be the ban from Sunday, you think, if he's not going with the Dark Glare ban?
I think it could just be. I'm going to open it up again. Sorry, it accidentally closed out. For Sunday's side, it could be Secret Mage or Pirate Warrior. Those are just really good at getting board fast and holding it.
Fair enough.
So I just told the players to get their bans in, so we'll see what they ban in a few minutes here. And
Yeah, I know Sunday's talking with somebody. Sunday's talking with somebody else right now, trying to finalize it.
okay.
Yep, I'm sure it'll get in soon.
Oh, Lefty's done something sneaky and banned all of them. Good. Okay.
Mhm.
So even though we have seen, of course, Highlander style things rotate away in most formats with standard, we are now in wild, and Highlander is not going anywhere. There is
Yep.
still a Reno Jackson on Sunday's side, of course, with that priest, but not really Highlander focused on either side other than that one lineup. Just a lot of aggressive things, it
Well,
looks like, from both
honestly,
players primarily.
yeah, I just was looking up my side of the bracket to see what might happen down the line if I'm able to get through this first round. Yeah, it looks like really lots of people brought like aggro-centric lineups.
Mm.
So it's really neat to see how it shakes out and really whether, say, some people who try to counter the meta with control might be able to get through to the finals.
So the wild community itself, what changes are they expecting in the classes
In the
expansion?
in this expansion, I think one of the really big things that Wild community has noticed is that the Watch Post Paladin is really strong. It's I wouldn't quite say it's oppressive yet, but well, it is to some extent against certain strategies.
Hmm.
Like we'll just that really responding to aggro paladin is going to be we're going to have to see how the meta responds to that. I'm sorry, that was a bit incoherent, but
Yeah, no, it's
point is,
fine. I'm just curious. Yeah, so we do have bans in. Sorry to interrupt there. So we have
no,
Lefty's banned. Is Mage is banned. Sunday's Rock is banned.
yep,
Okay, so
that makes
Lefty
sense.
decided get Dark Lair out of here. I don't want to deal with any high rolls, and Sun Jay, the secret mage being a little difficult and troubling to deal with. Just gonna make sure that that one is not able to be played. The rest of them will be what he's trying to handle.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna let the players know that they can start. So hopefully I do this right, since it's my first time ever opping a THL match.
That's right.
Lefty
First
is gonna
day.
be
Good luck, bud.
Lefty's gonna be the first player to spectate for our casters, and he'll be at the bottom of the screen with Sunday being at the top of your screen.
Fantastic. Just waiting for eyeballs then.
Starts now. Ooh.
Heading in. All right. So I'm curious what we're going to see the leadoffs from both sides here. The bands give you any insight on what the leads might be?
For Sunday, since Sunday still has Raza Priest, that's just good into all aggro decks. And since the Secret Paladin isn't running as much of the minion-based disruption in the Watch Post and Web Lords, I think Sunday brings Raza first. From Lefty, I'm honestly not sure.
Maybe just go Dark Glare and try to high roll it.
Yeah, Dark Glare is good.
I mean, nobody beats Dark Glare if Dark Glare high rolls early. Usually, unless the other side also high rolls, maybe.
I've actually been sort of experimenting a bit, and I've been having a lot of success with Mozaki Mage. So that like almost 100% against Dark Glare so far.
Wow, fancy.
Yeah,
Of course, we can see the players do not have access to Mizaki.
Right. Yep. I feel like for a lot of decks in Wild, the high rolls can be very, very tough to beat. I think secret mages say turn 1, Cabal Lackey, 1 mana, your next secret costs 0, interrigged fair game is
Right.
like it's a high roll, but it's definitely like there are definitely decks that can go even farther with the right starting hand.
Okay.
All
So
right.
Lefty
So
just
players centering themselves before
Yeah.
launching into this match, huh? Gotta think about your whole life before you jump into this match.
I mean, yeah, every moment in their lives, every decision they made led them to this exact moment. So of course,
Gotta
Love
win
it.
it for mom.
Mhm.
I think I like the call though. I would definitely expect 6J to see Sunday lead off with that priest, given that you just feel favorable into everything that's remaining. So you try to get that early victory right off the bat, and then go ahead and formulate your strategy for the next couple games.
To be fair, if like Dark Glare does have lots of ways to high roll into Raza Priest with both Tamsin and Zephyrus in Lefty's Dark Glare. If there's even a single minion on board, Lefty is able to play Tamsin, play double power overwhelming, and give a minion +4/+4 this turn. And then double that off the Tamsin. So 5 mana +16/+16. Then you add Zephyrus into Wind Fury is 32 from just just a tour guide on board.
Yeah, the Zephyrus inclusion in a deck with tons of 2-ofs, because, you know, we always draw through our deck reasonably fast.
Yeah, it's like if you oh, well, we see the paladins on both
I
sides.
see eyeballs,
Yep.
so let's jump in. Players are starting off.
We're jumping in. We have Paladin versus Paladin.
It appears that Lefty very skillfully drew Call to Arms.
Smart. Seems
Yep, I know. Unfortunately, Sunday did not.
smart.
And this would actually tilt our good buddy Brushy Tuna because he hates Annoyatron. So
Almost as much as he hates the Khadgar portrait.
yes.
Mage.
Can we see Sunday just dropping Merger on 2? Really, nothing else worth doing at that point, that early.
All right, and we're starting that secret chain early. Here comes the Sword of the Fallen for Lefty. Gets to clear up a minion and gets a Noble Sack online.
Okay, and now Sunday hitting the Crab Rider, which is really good, and I think the version of the deck that Sunday's running at least runs quite a few buffs in Blessing of Kings, Hand of Adal, Blessing. I think
It's
Blessing
just coin call, kill a Crab Rider, get a secret.
Yeah, you if you have Call to Arms, you play Call to Arms as soon as you can in nearly all cases.
Lefty plays card. And yeah, able to actually, because of that Crab Rider summon, clear up the entire board.
Mhm.
The secret is Oh My Yogg, which would be a disaster for Sunday if he had a second, or if he had his own Call to Arms and wanted to try to play it right away.
We see Sunday just sticking the watch post. That's going to be that the watch post can be annoying, but normally what makes watch post so powerful is that you're summoning it with a decent sized board with Call to Arms, and then you get to buff it later on.
True.
Just a lone watch post really isn't going to do too much since Lefty
Not quite so intimidating as a 2/4. Could have been a 4/6, but that Oh My Yogg countering, turning it into a Holy Light, which did absolutely nothing. And Sunday's in a kind of a dangerous and difficult spot at the moment.
Yep. Without board, he really has a hard time coming back.
I know what
Unless he can just find a call to arms off the top.
All right, Lefty just playing out as many cards as possible here, and it is full Smork time.
And Lefty has some incredible reckoning value into that watch post.
All right, watch post number 2, a Web Lord, and an Oh My Yogg. Only so much that Sunday can do here. Actually goes ahead and buffs Lefty's Secret Keeper as well.
Gets buffed by enemy secrets. Mm.
The Oh My Yogg, though, gonna come in handy against this Conviction.
Yep, that's huge for Sunday.
Cool.
No.
Reinforcements instead. Not a great outcome for Lefty here.
At this point in the game, what we needed, what Sunday needed, was Plague of Flames.
But Lefty is still in a very good spot. I'm a bit surprised to actually see this Mad Scientist trade.
Mm-hmm.
I thought we'd go full Smork again, but Lefty clearing up one of the watch posts, and now it's back to the Smork plan.
Mm-hmm.
Do we see a mini bot? We do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see much of anything that Sunday's going to be able to do to stop this onslaught here.
This game is all but over.
That is a very expensive Smith, though.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't think the game lasts until.
No, you don't need to play that. You can play your 5-mana guy and send it.
Mm-hmm. I think you just drop the minion. What else? That seems better than passing.
I mean, there's always some extra levels of mind games potentially that Lefty could have been, trying to make Sunday think that he had a tough decision to make between this minion and the other one that was drawn. But that's about it. It's just some posturing there, if anything.
With a board with board control this commanding, I really don't think that mind games are going to accomplish.
Agreed.
Okay, and we do see Crab Rider Blessing of Kings. That actually could help Sunday turn the tide a bit.
But Reckoning just kills the Crab Rider.
You're right. Never mind. He's done.
As soon as the Crab Rider hits this Righteous Protector, it just dies.
He's done.
Bye-bye 5/7 Wind Fury. Yeah, this is just brutal for Sunday. There's just
and
the Paladin version of Questing Adventurer, the Crossroads Gossiper, has so much in the way of stats. There was just no chance Sunday was getting the victory with the way that game played out, so Lefty takes the early 1-0 lead and gets that Paladin through.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
We'll see if Sunday decides to go back to the Paladin on this next game, if he felt like that was maybe the stronger option against the full field. Now is going to be facing a Darkglare Warlock and a Pirate Warrior, or if he wants to go with something more favored like the Priest, or possibly switch to Pirate Warrior himself.
We'll see.
Lefty, flip a coin. Pirate Warrior or Darkglare? What's it going to be?
It looks like we have Pirate Warrior and Terraza. Now, this is a much better matchup for Sunday. Though Lefty does have a very solid hand with the Parachute Brigand, able to just get stats down early. I think. Oh, sorry. Yep, it's Sunday's Priest. I just got confused about who was who. Second. Sunday?
Yep, Sunday on the Priest, Lefty on the Pirate Warrior. Lefty, definitely a very strong looking start.
Though from Sunday, we are going to see Penflinger Potion of Madness able to clear up quite a bit of Lefty's turn 1 board.
That's fancy.
And if Pirate Warrior isn't able to snowball out of control, really quickly, Priest just gets the big removal like Mass Hysteria online and can just
So the first mate
out-infiltrate.
summons the Brigand, and what, Penflinger shoots the Brigand and potions and full clear.
Hmm.
And there we go. Say goodbye to your board, Pirate Warrior. That was a weird animation.
What?
Wait.
Did Potion go off?
Oh, wow. So that's unfortunate. It looks like that is a definite glitch, and there should be no board.
You're
And Sunday would have cleared that, but instead, Potion just like went towards Lefty's deck.
Did it destroy
Okay,
his deck?
no, it might have just broken our spectate. We should leave and respec,
Okay.
because players are playing cards, or hovering and playing cards.
that seems about right.
All right, so we're gonna disconnect here, players.
All right, let's try to get back in. Hopefully, at the very least, Sunday didn't just get, completely scammed by a bug.
Right. Just coin captain would have been an incredibly strong opener, or an incredibly strong follow-up to that bug on Lefty's part, but we'll see.
Yeah, I don't know at all what we may have missed that changed the outcome of this game, because Lefty has got a Nazas first mate on the board.
Right. Maybe he played.
Maybe he played Sky Raider and generated another one. There's a South Sea Captain on here too, though, so would have just coined the South Sea, right?
Mm-hmm. And we do see Falnos come down just for the draw. I think at this point, maybe Sunday's hoping that Lefty will trade a minion into it to make it a bit easier to get value off Mass Hysteria. Instead, we see the Outriders Axe. Lefty getting some draw and pirates.
Yeah, so quite a bit of damage from Lefty coming in here.
We are going to, of course, see the Mass Hysteria. And a lone 1/1 left on board. Lefty doesn't have quite enough damage to kill Sunday this turn, but it looks like he can very easily set up for a kill.
Yeah, definitely looking very dangerous once again for Sunday. Down to 4 health here. Lefty's built another board, holding an OG Kazakus that can only do so.
Mm-hmm. I think.
I mean, you could take the 1 mana thing and then wave maybe at the end and pray, but that should be over with Leroy in hand and sword equipped.
Oh no, Sunday. Oh, yep, it's over. Never mind. He can't out armor. I was thinking he out armored the Leroy, but not the sword.
Yeah, so this weapon plus Leroy going face is going to end the game here, and Lefty takes a 2-0 lead in the match. And with the spectate bug, possibly a spectate bug, possibly more, I don't know what exactly we missed at that crucial stage of the game that could have swung the outcome, but maybe we'll find out later. In any case, Lefty is down to the Dark Lair Warlock, needing to find a win in potentially 3 games. Sunday still looking to buy a win here.
Mm-hmm. I think from Sunday's side, we probably might want to see the Paladin, since just playing Weblord and all but end the game versus Dark. It really gives Sunday some big advantage.
Yeah, so Sunday agrees. Has a call to arms in the opening hand as well.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So Lefty has Dark Lair and Cobalt Librarian.
Yeah, that looks dangerous.
But that's the start of just about all broken broken turn 3s and 4s.
Ooh, backfire.
Librarian coin backfire, then probably turn 3 to 4 dark glare things. Oh, Lefty opting to pass there.
Wants to go Darkler Coin Librarian, maybe? You don't really have
I think-
anything else to
I think-
do.
I mean, I you don't dark. I think
Just
maybe he
coin the
wants
backfire?
to do backfire and then just dark glare and use librarian as a dark glare activator.
All right, out comes coin. And here's the backfire, going with the draw.
We see second library. We see 2
Oh, wow.
librarians, 2 flesh giants.
Oh, wow.
I think I I want to see. We see Sunday eyeing the second crab rider, but instead
Yeah,
he
I like
opts
the far watch post definitely here a little bit more.
Matic, which is just much stronger in the context of Lefty's hand, with except for Lefty tossed the spirit bomb. We are going to see Lefty try to drop at everything, getting cost increased by 1.
All right, and now not really much else to do.
Right, I think.
Here
Call to
comes
arms.
Call to Arms, hits the
And-
Web Lord.
This is what I was talking about earlier. Just the Web Lord and Far Watch Post really lock out Darkglare from doing its normal broken things. It can't.
Ooh, we get a disconnect.
Darkglare has a hard. It can't play the cards it draws. It can't drop the powerful battle cry minions it has.
Yeah, it definitely looks a whole lot tougher for
Mm.
Darkglare to be able to navigate this situation, and Sunday might be on the way to trying to pick up this first win of the series. We'll see what Darkglare can come up with on this turn 4 once our players hopefully have
Reconnect.
reasonably good connections.
Interesting.
Mhm.
How much effect the Web Lord has on on that disrupting the Warlock's ability to play the cards.
Well, we'll see what Lefty makes of this once see both players back online.
Disconnected Sunday. Okay.
Okay. Well,
And we're back. Man, what do you even do as Darkglare here?
Backfire? Yeah. My bad.
mhm.
Backfire would give you a lot of things that are nerfed,
Yeah.
basically. All right. Leads to some trading.
He's going to see the avenge on the watch post. The incredible value off those attacks. If you silence watch post, it can attack.
Yeah, it is pretty funny. All right, out comes a tap. Finds a nerfed power overwhelming.
Do that to the tower, couldn't he? Not go
No,
anywhere.
you can't. Overwhelming only targets friendly minions.
Oh, yeah, I see
I
it now.
think one mana remove a minion seems a bit strong.
All right. Lefty keeps mousing over the Solarium like he wants to play it, but I don't think that's going to help any.
I would agree.
On his way to a pretty easy
Okay,
win.
and we see. Well, now the Solarium is most definitely not going to help.
All right,
No.
clearing up board, pushing damage.
If Lefty had Giant's Broom, he'd be able to get back into this game, but without Broom and no way to really draw Broom and play it with his Giants. This is a really tough.
Broom is going to cost 3, even if he could draw it right now. So Giants, you're right, could have cleared up this board a little bit if they had Rush. Since they do not,
I imagine Broom costing 3 is something some standard players might want to see. I'm not too familiar with the standard meta, but I have heard that.
I imagine Lefty's best play here is bottom right, and let's move on to the next game.
Let's get to the next one.
I disagree with you.
All right, very technically not dead until the top deck,
No,
which
we are
locks
dead.
out the game very much so. If it wasn't already over, that seals it pretty easily.
Not now, but right now.
All right, and Sunday's Paladin does pick up a victory here, so Lefty with the 2-1 lead, just needing the Dark Lair to find a win, and has to find it against Sunday's Pirate Warrior or Raza Priest. We'll see what Sunday decides to bring out next in Game 4.
Priest?
I'd probably like to see the Pirate Warrior.
Yeah.
Like, I think Pirates, like with, I think Pirates just have a really solid. They have a solid matchup. Pirates can just get on board faster, go wider, and unless Darkler has a really explosive opener, it has a hard time. And with the Tamsin and Zephyrus, we know that Priest would also struggle. Priest might struggle to try to disrupt that combo, keep minions off the board every single turn. And we do see Pirate Warrior from Sunday's side.
Waiting for the players to start. They had to restart because disconnection there.
We'll see.
Could be.
Oh, nice screen I have.
Might be worth leaving spec and waiting and respecking.
Okay, I think Lefty just mulliganed, so the game should be starting soon.
Okay, I see an eyeball for Lefty at least.
Yep.
I don't see one for Sunday. But Sunday was the one who disconnected.
I've got Sunday's side. Okay. We see Sunday.
Oh, I've got it there too. Wait. Nope.
I feel like this is a very. Lefty does not drain soul the cannon. Wow.
That's a dangerous looking play on Lefty's side. And gets punished to the tune of quite a bit of extra damage.
Yep. Especially since he doesn't have Molten Giants. He's really not getting much from this extra damage.
Alright, Lefty going with the Dark Lair here.
Oh. Dark Lair, Cobalt Broom, Raised Dead, Cobalt Broom. Could be a nasty counter to this board.
Yeah, it looks pretty solid here. Dark Lair trades, out comes the Raised Dead. There we go. More self-damage, more draw.
Oh.
And
Big boy
that's
comes
a 0 mana Molten Giant.
That's a nice top deck.
It is indeed. And now Lefty wants to coin?
We might have been
Decides
looking
against it, going back to the Broom. All right, already down to 10 health. Oh, come on. Are you guys getting a spec bug too?
Yeah. Jeez. Lefty
The
breaking
rope
the
is
game.
burning out, but the turn is over, and there are already cards being played.
Casey Sunday just
Oh.
dropped the sky barge in desperation, hoping it acts as a taunt to just stop the giant.
Okay, back in. I see a flesh giant on the board for Lefty. Coining
And
out the other broomstick here. Another rushing giant, more damage face.
Mhm.
And yeah, Sunday's in a pretty rough spot now.
Ouch.
I'm not sure if there's any sequence of cards at this point that give him lethal.
Yeah, I think Sunday's just done for.
Mhm.
You have to get lucky that the. Oh, okay. I guess yeah, that works to take exactly off the board. Not dead by 1.
Lefty's got to respect the 2/5 that's on the board, so.
You just drain souls it and back.
Yeah, you just
There's a
trade
library
your
in there.
2/1 push damage,
Nothing
and you can just
Sunday
win next
can do.
turn. You could slam a
Mhm.
Dark Glare and a Tour Guide, just for more board presence.
Little agony goes a long way.
All right, and that'll do it.
Ding dong.
So Lefty picking up a big win against Sunday here and is going to advance to the next round. That's how we start off our wild portion. Round 1 taken down by Lefty, who will advance to face Bill Snyder in round 2.
Mhm.
Seeing if Lefty
All right,
wants to
let's
do
see
an
if we
interview
can.
here.
Yeah, maybe get Lefty in here.
Yeah.
That was a very smorky sequence.
We kind of mentioned that at the beginning of the match that it was going to be the aggro decks are going to power through.
Mm.
See.
It was interesting to see the hold of the raised, or not the raised dead, the hold of the new Warlock Penance card.
Yes.
His name I've already
Yep.
forgotten.
Warlock
Drain
Penance.
Soul. Yeah, Drain Soul being held to not clear the minion. Wasn't holding a Molten Giant for the payoff, but drew the Molten Giant, and it wound up being massive.
Yep.
All right, Lefty can't join us because he's got to put the kids to bed. So.
Well, fair enough.
Congratulations to Lefty.
Mhm.
Which brings us up to the final comments, I guess, from the players, the play of the players tonight. So.
I mean,
We definitely saw some fast play.
yep.
These players wanted to play some Speedstone. Maybe they're in Speedstone. I don't know the full lineup. Or maybe they were just feeling left out. They didn't get to play Speedstone, so they made their own Speedstone, and more power to them.
I do not think Sunday is in Speedstone.
No.
I'm not sure about Lefty though.
Yeah, I'm not gonna double check it. Well,
it.
actually, no. I guess I could because I have the thing pulled up.
Yep, Lefty's in
Let me see real
Speedstone.
quick.
Lefty's in Speedstone.
He is.
Yep.
Yeah, Lefty wants to play fast. I get it.
Mhm.
Yeah. So.
Do we have Python or Ufric? No, they're not in there.
Nope.
But Lefty definitely is. So excited for Speedstone, and it showed. Got the 3-1 win in pretty impressive fashion. Just was able to high roll the Paladin Mirror early. Got a quick big win with the Pirate Warrior. I really wanted to find out what happened with the potion on
Yeah,
turn 2.
I'm really not sure.
But maybe we'll hear about it later. It could have wound up being, one of the main things that swung the priest warrior matchup, and who knows what outcome we see if that didn't happen, or if it was a bug or not. I don't know.
Right.
But Lefty going up just 2-0 so quick, and with Dark Lair left, it's
Yeah,
just a good spot to be in because Dark Lair is so strong. It's one of the main menaces of Wild still at this point, right?
it is. Yep. Again,
And
the
yeah.
newly emerging Call to Arms Watchpost Paladin can hold off Darkler with the right openers.
Right, which we definitely saw in that game 3, with Sunday picking up a invincible seeming win with that Paladin against the Dark Lair. The Dark Lair just couldn't do anything. All their cards
Right.
cost too much. They're just sitting there, nothing to do.
Chilling.
But then, Dark Lair just took a ton of damage early from Pirate Warrior and said, "Thanks for damaging me so much. Now I'm gonna play this free giant and beat you up."
Yep, that's generally how Darkler wins against aggro.
Yeah.
Yep.
Makes sense. And we just saw a whole lot of fast matches. We got a 3-0 and a 3-1. Our winners playing well and playing to their outs and advantages paid off, and we will see if they can keep that momentum going. But some fun stuff to kick off the OctaTHLon for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
So I guess that brings our stream to a close, but I just want to go over some key dates that were announced just today. So the OctaTHLon is doing wave 2 of the event this Sunday. So that in mind for the I think it's LHS and a few events that are going. Battlegrounds. I can't remember offhand. Oh, Battlegrounds is on the 3rd at 8 o'clock. That's an OctaTHLon Battlegrounds event. Then we got the 8th. We have 8th of April. We have Legacy and Hero Team Reveal stream. So those are always fun to watch. And then on the 9th, which is next Friday, we got Pro and Wild teams revealing their rosters and their new logos.
Nice.
So that's always an exciting time for the players in THLs to see who's doing what where, and if a team is stacked, etc. And then
That's
we're
right.
gonna have a 5 p.m. starting. We're gonna have the duos tournament, which was really successful. I think the last year, Ron, that you and Brushy did the craziness.
Was
that
that? Yeah, I think
duos?
that was duos.
Yeah, you guys did 7 hours of duos, I think.
Yeah, it was a long time. I don't know. I still haven't mentally recovered from it. Spending that much time with Brushy Tuna.
So we're gonna have a host of casters come in, but I'm gonna be opping the 5 to 6 hours worth of the duos tournament. So this is a beat there of what. So, and then on the 12th of April, Legacy, Hero, Pro, Wild, all the seasons start. So exciting, coming new.
That's right.
There is lots to look forward to over the next few weeks for THL.
All right. Well, thanks again, guys, for joining us. Thanks for everybody to watch that was watching tonight. There was some exciting, quick matches, which is sometimes unusual.
Yep. Wild aggro decks are so refined that
There you go.
in a lot of cases.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, just beat them up.
Yeah. Just nothing but face. So. All right. Well, thanks for joining us, everybody, and wave goodbye to our viewers. See you tomorrow night.
Bye. Have a great night, everyone.
Have a good one.